Every single ping, every notification, every little distraction isn't just stealing seconds. It's stealing millions from your life. It's quiet, it's sneaky, and it doesn't ask permission. It invades your focus, breaks your flow, and slowly but surely crashes the most valuable asset you have, your attention. Not just your hours, but your entire trajectory, your ability to build, lead, invest, and conquer. Imagine being blindsided not by enemies or competitors, but by your own habits, your own devices, your own fractured mind. The brutal truth. Distractions are the silent killers of greatness. They don't just cost you time. They cripple your chance to create legacies, to shift markets, to live the life you're meant to live. And most of all, they hide in plain sight. Take a second and think about your day. How many times did you open your phone with a clear purpose and get sucked into scrolling? How often did you switch between tasks, telling yourself multitasking is a strength, when in fact it fractures your brain into tiny pieces? How many hours vanished into emails, meetings that could have been messages, or endless news updates disguised as staying informed? This is no casual bad habit. It's a strategic catastrophe playing out every minute, every hour. The brain, no matter how strong or trained, wasn't built to hop wildly from one distraction to another without paying a tremendous price. Productivity tanks, creativity shrivels, risk assessment dulls, and the clarity, the absolute clarity you need to make those million-dollar decisions, disappears. What's more crushing is the hidden emotional toll. That gnawing feeling at the back of your mind when you realize a day or week passed, and you didn't move the needle forward. That internal battle between ambition and the silent pull of low-level agitation because your brain is tired and overreacts to stimuli. That creeping sense of disappointment that sometimes even you don't recognize because it wears down your confidence in stealth mode. Deep down, distraction feeds a cycle of frustration and self-doubt, the very enemies of leadership and innovation. Can you afford that? Can anyone who carries the weight of vision, innovation, and responsibility afford that energy tax? Now, the good news that most won't tell you, this is fixable, but only if you truly understand the battlefield you're fighting on. This isn't about just putting your phone on silent or turning off notifications. Those are band-aids, minimal convenience. The enemy you face is not the device. It's the default wiring of your own brain, reprogrammed by years of cheap dopamine hits. The solution? Radical rewiring, deep restructuring of habits and environment, an obsession with defending your attention as if it were cash, because it literally is. Step 1, ruthlessly protect your attention like a fortress. Not tomorrow, not when you feel like it. Start now. Block off distraction-free time blocks the way you'd schedule a meeting with the most important investor in the world. No checking emails, no messages, no social media. Create sacred hours where nothing is allowed to interrupt your zone. You've heard this before, but here's the secret. The discipline isn't in creating the window. It's in anchoring it to a deeply compelling reason tied to your higher purpose. This isn't just about focus. This is about survival. Your mission doesn't tolerate compromise. Step 2, rebuild your environment with surgical precision. Everything within arm's reach should either help you win or should be gone. No exceptions. Devices you don't need, tabs you don't use, apps you open out of habit, all these are energy drains masquerading as productivity tools. Simplify your digital landscape brutally. Curate your inputs like a librarian in a silent monastery. Cut the noise to amplify the signal. This isn't about comfort or convenience. It's about creating a mind space where your rare brilliance can actually breathe and evolve. Step 3, embrace the power of single tasking. Yes, multitasking is a trap, an illusion of efficiency that's been glorified but actually cancels out effectiveness. One task, one mind, one moment. Hyperfocus is your superpower. When you achieve this flow, hours condense, decisions sharpen, and work done in that state bubbles with creativity and quality that shortcuts the usual grind. But it demands training, not to indulge, but to discipline how you return your mind each time it tries to wander. The difference between the distracted leader and the unstoppable leader? The ability to geek out on focus relentlessly, no excuses. Step 4, cultivate selective ignorance. This sounds weird at first, but it is one of the rarest and boldest moves a founder, investor, or leader can make in today's world. You're bombarded with endless information, opinions, news, metrics. The world sells you urgency, chaos, and reaction as normal. The rebel rejects this. What if you decided that some information isn't for you? The small choices of what to learn, what to watch, what to read, can multiply your available mental energy exponentially. Ignore everything that isn't aligned with your core mission or that distracts from your path. This is a silent act of rebellion against a world designed to scatter your power. Step 5, develop rituals that anchor your willpower. Willpower isn't magic. It's a muscle that burns if used wrong. Instead of wasting it on small decisions and distractions, create systemized habits and routines that automate your focus. Morning rituals, shutdown routines, mental resets, all of these carve deep grooves in your behavior that channel energy toward what matters most. This is how excellence becomes automatic and distraction becomes an occasional guest, not a daily thief. Step 6, connect fiercely with the few who mirror your fire. Distractions feed off isolation. When alone, it's easy to get pulled into wandering attention and quiet despair. But surround yourself with a small group of fellow misfits, leaders who refuse to settle, investors who see past the noise, founders who burn just as hot. That's a fortress built of fire. Together, you create an ecosystem of accountability, challenge, and growth that repels distraction naturally. You become a collective force, each individual sharper because the others hold the line. It's not about being perfect, it's about being relentless. The world's illusions are real. The comfortable lies, easy escapes, the endless soothing scrolls. These are traps set by a system that prefers you compliant, average, predictable. But this isn't your path. If you want to create legacies, move mountains in your industry, build futures no one else sees, then every distraction is a dagger aimed straight at your heart. Every wasted minute bleeds potential. Every slipped focus is a missed chance to reshape reality itself. But here's the unfiltered truth. Beyond time lost, beyond money missed, beyond the visible losses, the biggest toll is the slow death of your personal power. Attention is the currency of sovereignty. Without it, you aren't leading. You are being led by habits, by impulses, by a world designed to keep you small. When you reclaim it, you don't just get hours back. You regain yourself. You spark clarity where once was noise, create strength where once was weakness, and ignite will where once was resignation. The key is ruthless choice. Be sovereign. Your will is your weapon. Own your attention like your future depends on it, because it does. Question every pull, every notification, every impulse the world throws at you. Redefine your reality by forming new mental boundaries, by protecting your inner fire from the smothering hands of distraction. Be selective about what you let in and whom you choose to climb with. Patience is not passive, it's tactical. Winning distractions is a long game, but the payoff is your ultimate freedom. This is not about simplifying your life. It's about magnifying your existence. It's not about avoiding technology or modern life. It's about mastering your mind within the chaos, to make every moment count, to turn fleeting seconds into compound power. Founders, investors, leaders, none of you got here by accident. You're wired for more, for exceptional impact, and the world needs that now more than ever. The system wants you compliant, distracted, average. Fight that. Burn brighter. Sharpen your attention like a weapon so precise it cuts through the nonsense and carves out a new reality only you can build. The distraction epidemic is real. It's quietly stealing your millions, your time, your power. But it's also the doorway, because once you understand it, you no longer have to be its victim. You can become its master. Your mission depends on it. The future depends on it. The few who refuse to bow to distraction, they become unstoppable. They become the architects of what's next. Make no mistake, every second defended against distraction is a second racing toward a world only you can create. Own that. Be ruthless. Be relentless. This is your moment. Don't waste it.